Welcome back to Oak Ridge, Tennessee, live from the from Melton Hill Lake. This is the sixth and our final race. Now, whichever team wins will be the SEC champions. Wow, 2021, they have finished an NCAA National Championship, and that goes to 23 and 24. Wow.
Dave, how you doing? I'm good. Glad to be here in Oak Ridge. Good. We've known each other for a long time, and when I drove in yesterday, I'm going like, whoa, all these tents. Like each team's got a tent. You know, each team's got a dock. Like this is crazy. What do you think?
Well, yeah, honestly, how I got here. Well,
I was told, hey, the SEC does championships really well, and right from the get-go, when we got to the hotel yesterday, and being, they're doing a good job. So the setup, the organization is top-notch. The team, they noticed right away, and I think the competition on the water is going to be top-notch as well.
Right. So when you say the teams notice, like, what do you mean by that?
We just walked into the hotel and the signage, like SEC, welcome, and then coming here, the tents and the organization, the signage, and you can tell that there's something going on. Yeah. So often in rowing events, just walk on by, you drive on by, there's boats, and we're like, hey, is something going on? Like everyone driving by on the rodeo knows, like, oh, there's something big happening. So that's good, and the team, they can feel it. They get excited, so it's going to bring out the best. It's certainly going to bring out the best of them tomorrow.
Right. And you said, it's like usually we're not in a position where we're noticed. It's like, and then that's like, and the kids notice that too. And then they get like a little bit of bling, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they go, whoa, they care about us. They're doing something right.
I think too often we say that rowing's not a spectator sport, but it is a spectator sport if it's presented the right way. And like the stuff that happens on the water, as long as everyone understands what's happening, then you'll do a great job explaining that tomorrow for sure.
I hope so.
And then, but then also everything that happens off the water makes a difference. So I've been to so many different sporting events, whether it's Formula One or golf events or football games, and so often it's not just the competition; it's everything that's happening off the water. So just these little things matter.
Yeah, that's cool. And how do you think the year's gone so far? What do you think about coming in this weekend, that type of thing?
Year's gone well. We've had some really good success the last few years. We were ranked number 1 early in the year, but I think that was based more on last year's success than this year's. We had a good wake-up call a couple weeks ago against Stanford. We made some improvements, made some adjustments, and things going well. I know we'll be tested certainly by Tennessee, and it looks like Alabama and Oklahoma going well as well. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, you said yesterday you had a pretty young team.
Yeah, it's the first time in my career. There's 3 for this weekend. There's going to be 3 freshmen in the first 8, and that's the first time in my career.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary, but they're good kids and they're mature. But like a theme for the year has been, how can we accelerate their athletic maturity? And every step along the way, they've stepped up. But at times like, oh, they're going to be so good next year. Like, nope. This year, make the most of this year. And I think I'm optimistic for sure.
Right. Well, obviously, I've watched your career for a long time and competed against you and that kind of stuff. And the success you've had at Cal and now Texas is really, really impressive. And to keep that ball rolling is not easy. It's not easy to just like, oh, we're just going to reload, and that kind of stuff. And you're seeing a little bit of that this year with losing so many good kids from last year, but reloading, not rebuilding, reloading, into some young kids and stuff. But you've done such a great job of that. And we look forward to seeing what happens tomorrow with that too.
Thanks for noticing. Yeah, we're trying hard and enjoying every step along the way. So fingers crossed for what's ahead.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for talking.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Welcome.
And we are back after 5 of 6 races this morning with the 2025 SEC Rowing Championships. The first varsity 8 up next, but right now, the team standings as they are going into the final event, Tennessee at the top by 4 points over Texas in 2nd, Alabama in 3rd, with Oklahoma sitting in 4th place right now. 1 race to go, 4 teams out on the water. From the far side to the near side in lane 2, it will be Oklahoma. In lane 3, Alabama. Lane 4, Tennessee. And in lane 5, Texas, this is the first Varsity 8. This is the premier event that the CRCA pole standings are created and built out from. This is the boat that scores the most points. Whoever wins this will take home 36 points toward the team total. Right now, closest to the screen is Texas. Expect Texas and Tennessee to have quick starts as they're polling the crews.
And we're off. So this is the final race, and whoever wins this will take home 36 points and a total and bring home the SEC championship trophy.
Wow. Tennessee just shot out of the start like a rocket, and they are really high still. They've shot out at 48 strokes a minute.
So,
they're still up there pretty dang high right now.
The accuracy.
40 as they cross 250. Yeah, they are really, the blade work is...
So, and after this...
high, but right to the water and right on the lake drive. Texas is starting to settle in.
Texas still looks like they're pretty high. Tennessee looks like they've lengthened out. And wow, the accuracy out of 48. It's not easy to be accurate at those high stroke rates. Amanda, you are
now,
sprinting at these high rates to help you stay accurate. When you're in the first 45 seconds of a race, do you even have time to think at 48 strokes a minute?
Oftentimes I would go backwards at 48 strokes a minute. So they did an excellent job executing the sharp, crisp, and clean. But Kevin, what do you see in terms of margins in the first 1,000?
Yep. Yeah, Tennessee has established almost a length lead. They're just short of a length lead. And Oklahoma is overlapped with Texas at 500 meters. Oklahoma's done a really good job, and they're up there rate-wise as well. They are 37-38. Texas is settling into their rhythm a little bit better right now and really starting to drive the boat a little bit better. You can see a little bit of a difference from this Texas crew. But again, Tennessee is really throwing it down. They are not letting off at all. They look like the finish line is the 1,000-meter mark right now. They are really going.
That is
they
great.
got, 12:50 to go.
Kevin, that's a great. They are looking like they are charging like you said, like a rocket shooting off from the start. They are charging as if it is 1,000 meters, and they are staying accurate even as the fatigue sets in. It's 2 minutes in, but 2 minutes is a heck of a lot of race to have on the legs. But right now, it's similar. Texas's Varsity 8 looks as though it's having a similar profile as what we saw in the 2V. It was right around 500 meters into the race that they finally started to clean up a bit. They almost looked a little bit not as crisp and clean as Tennessee was, and now once again, once they find that cleanliness, that is the point where they're starting to come back into Tennessee. Did you see something else happen there in that second 500, Kevin?
Yep. Nope. Texas is settling in really well as they come up to the 1,000, and they are really starting to make a move right now. Tennessee needs to respond. Tennessee is really moving at this point, but Tennessee just responded to that move from Texas. We'll see where that goes, but right now Texas is at 38 and Tennessee is at 37 strokes a minute.
And
Texas is pushing hard.
And it looked like as we came across,
Tennessee is trying to respond.
And it looked like as we came across that 1,000-meter mark, Oklahoma had the advantage over Alabama. It looked like the bow ball of Alabama was between 6 and 7 seat of the
Here are the teams that we have. We have Oklahoma, Alabama,
500 of the race that Oklahoma decided to wind it up even a little bit more.
Tennessee, and
Oklahoma's looking to wind
Texas.
It looks like Texas is trying to wind it up too, maybe inches per stroke. It's the slow burn of here comes Texas.
Tennessee and Texas, those two have the same school colors, and they do. I was kind of shocked about it too. And for Alabama and Oklahoma, those two also have the same thing, I guess, the same school colors as well. Or maybe Stanford, maybe.
About 650 meters to go, and Texas is coming.
Texas, they were a little bit off the mark in the beginning, and right now, after that second 500, when they really cleaned it up, it's allowed them to find their efficiency. And Kevin, have they overtaken Tennessee yet, or is Tennessee still at the advantage?
They have overtaken Tennessee just now. Yep, They have a seat on Tennessee and moving.
And they are
Texas is
moving.
rowing better now in the last 500 than they did in the first 1,000. Texas is a different looking crew right now than they did in the first part of the race. They are dialed in and moving.
And now-
Tennessee needs to respond right now.
And Tennessee certainly gave all they could in the rocket ship early on in the race and raced at like 1,000 meters, and they are still racing hard, pouring their hearts out there, but Texas is taking it one stroke at a time, taking an inch per stroke. It's going to be tight. It's going to be overlapped all the way across, and if it's not, what a valiant effort it has been. These two crews all the way out. Has anyone started sprinting yet, or have they basically been sprinting for 1,500 meters so far, Kevin?
Yeah, Texas is still at 37. They're just moving the boat at their better base cadence that they've had the whole race.
And
Better
Tennessee-
right now than they've had the whole race.
Tennessee is not letting them walk away as quickly as they were. It was a moment right around 1,500 to go that Texas looked like they made a move, but now they're kind of sitting there, still deep into the last 250 meters. Those red buoys are there, and Texas has a significant enough advantage at this point, but Tennessee is still right there. It was a half a length a few moments ago. Is it more at this point?
Yep, they're moving still. They're starting to get a length, and they are still moving. And rate is still 39 for Texas and 37 for Tennessee.
That's pretty low as far as
Texas is still
sprinting
moving
rates
through
goes.
the line. Yep.
Texas the better part of a length
Yep.
lead, nearly 3 seconds as they cross through the finish line here of this race. Still contact over Tennessee though. Valiant effort, fantastically rode entire 2,000 meter race here. But once Texas collected themselves after the first 500 meters, it allowed them to be that little bit more efficient. They didn't roll over. Still on the course right now, Oklahoma with open water over Alabama. This is the first varsity 8. So that puts Oklahoma up over Alabama here in this race by just over 3 seconds. You can see that the stern deck of the Oklahoma 8 was just clear of the bow ball of the Alabama 8, giving them about 3 seconds, a little over 3 seconds. But our winners in the first varsity 8, taking home all 36 points toward the team total, is the Longhorns from Texas. They are the 2025
And now,
SEC.
yep, so our Longhorns are now the 2025 SEC rowing champions.
The most points. The second place scores 27 points. So that means that allowed them to have the SEC rowing championship overall as a team. Kevin, being able to take that boat all the way to the line, what did it feel like to watch that event unfold from where you sat?
Yeah, that was,
First time you've been able to do that in 100 tries here.
no, usually I'm on a bicycle. I see Dave O'Neill on his bike up here cheering for the Longhorns right at past the finish line. But usually, yeah, I'm on a bike or watching the Jumbotron. But right now, being live right on the water was amazing. And like I said, the Tennessee Volunteers shot out of there and got a big lead, but Texas did not roll over. As you said, they kept at it and really worked their base rhythm. And the thing that I noticed was, like I said during the broadcast, during the actual race, when Texas started rowing better as they went down the course.
So the pressure was
better
poured.
as they got more tired.
Pressure was
Yep.
poured on. They
Yep.
got more
And that
fatigued,
made a
and yet
difference.
that allowed them to be better and created that slow burn that took them across the line in the first varsity 8 in first. Amanda, where do you think Texas really clinched that one?
Oh, I think that they definitely, right at the 1,000-meter mark, needed to make a call, because if they didn't make that call, then they would have stayed. They would have stayed exactly where they were. But that third 500 was that key, not only physical, but mental challenge to overcome that type of lead
That adrenaline
Tennessee
boost,
had.
yeah.
The adrenaline boost, the leadership in the boat, the talent in that Texas boat was an incredible performance, to say the least.
You know, the interesting thing about that is when you start to see that your efficiency is there, one stroke at a time, it's just a gradual growth of distance over the next crew over. That, even though you can't think about a thing and really process anything at that point because you're working so hard, that boosts your confidence. And I can only imagine the more adrenaline that starts to pour out. Great shot there of Texas as they row back to cool down to meet the rest of their team. They know they won that race. I can imagine that they probably know they won overall because of the number of points scored by that crew, but maybe not. And here up, we have the teams, the final standings here after the 6th event of this morning. We have Texas out in front, 83 points, taking the first ever.
And our final result is 83 points. Wow. And Tennessee, they were behind. Alabama, they had a far behind. And Oklahoma, they're close. Wow. This is kind of a very close race. All three teams are so behind, but especially Tennessee. They almost got it, but but Alabama.
Beautiful morning that we're still having here on that road home, Amanda. What are these guys doing? What are they thinking? Are they going to take time to cool down, or are they already celebrating a little bit?
Oh, they're definitely celebrating, but then the hard part is like, okay, we still have to row this back to the dock. So staying crisp, staying clean. Knowing.
So they're going to roll it back to the dock.
Coaches, I would think that he's saying, listen, this is just the next step.
So once they arrive at the dock, all of the team members will eventually be getting off this boat.
Shout out to the stroke seat Sue Holderness, senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Her
Now our
career is actually an
Texas Longhorns are the 2025 SEC Women's College Rowing Champions.
Now she's the stroke as senior of the
And our team is making our way back to the dock.
In the country, and we will be right back to wrap things up with the awards ceremony up next.
When we come back, it's time for the ceremony.